so this is probably the most hyped movie this year when it comes to the award season. But from the first moment I heard about it, it seemed boring to me. That was pretty much my initial reaction to it. Oh, this looks boring. And that's just me being honest here. And it doesn't really matter to me how much hype or praise a movie gets. If it doesn't appeal to me on a gut level, I'm not gonna be that excited to watch it. That being said, there's still a pretty good chance I'll like it when I do sit down and watch it. And I fully expect it to be proven wrong here. I expect it to end up liking it. Well, you can probably tell where this is going. Yeah, I didn't like it. And I was pretty sure I wouldn't like it about 5 minutes into it. Because the title sequence sets the tone for this thing pretty much perfectly. If you like the title sequence, you'll love this movie, and I definitely didn't. I mean, during the first scene after the titles, I just went, oh, for fuck's sake. Because at that point I knew exactly what I was in for, and I just had no interest. So what's the deal here? It's a black and white movie by Alfonso Cuarón set in Mexico in the 70s. The same guy who made Children of Men and Gravity. The first one is great, the other one visually stunning, but story-wise kinda meh. But this one's a bit different. This one is about a maid who lives with this wealthier family. And she seems kinda like a part of the family actually. They treat her very well and the kids love her. And it's almost as much about the family itself as it is about her. Except the story is told entirely through her and the movie follows her. And I mean, I have nothing against the core story here. Or the characters, or how it's shot, or any of that. Cuarón knows what he's doing. It's more about the pacing and how it's put together and presented. This thing moves at a glacier pace. And the thing is, there's nothing complex going on here. It's a very straightforward story. This is a 90-minute movie if I ever saw one, but it's actually 2 hours 15 minutes. I mean, I could tell you everything important that happens in this movie in about 2 sentences. Now I'm obviously not gonna do that, and there's some nuance there. But it's essentially a movie about changes, challenges, and moving on. And my main issue was that I just didn't care about anything that was going on. Not necessarily because the stuff itself wasn't compelling, but because of the way it was presented. The presentation bored the living shit out of me. And I love dramas. I don't mind a slow movie. And I don't mind long movies either, but the pacing needs to be good. And it needs to be either really interesting or really entertaining. And this just wasn't. I mean, I just reviewed the house that Jack built, which is longer than this. And it's a slow burn too. But I liked it, because for the most of it, it was either interesting or entertaining. And to me, this wasn't. However, that last act, the last 45 minutes or so, I didn't hate. I actually kinda liked it. At least I liked some aspects of it, because it felt like an actual movie. It had some momentum, it moved forward, things happened. I even got a bit invested in what was going on. Unfortunately, the first hour and a half didn't have that. And I can't remember being so utterly bored by a movie in a long time. And in the interest of being completely transparent here, I seriously considered shutting it off. And I told myself, no one knows you're gonna review this. No one cares. Just shut it off. End this misery now. But I stuck with it, and well, I don't know if it was worth it, but at least it got better. So there's that. And now I'm sitting here trying not to be too harsh, because this thing obviously struck a chord with people. But the bottom line is, I thought this thing was incredibly boring for most of the runtime. And that's just the truth, and that's just my opinion, so take that for what it's worth. But it also means I don't see how I could possibly recommend it. So maybe skip it, maybe don't. Make up your own mind. I'm not your dad.